path forward, we will have to choose it. We will need to acknowledge the deep divides that exist in our social landscape and reckon honestly with them. As a nation and as individuals, we will have to develop and enhance our ability to see the humanity in all those around us, not just the ones we agree with. And we will need to bridge divides and build healing with intention. May these stories be a beacon and a compass to guide our journey. Introduction. I had driven early that morning from Brooklyn toward New Jersey to interview Hashim Garrett for my ongoing project called A Piece of My Mind. A publisher friend had seen Hashim speak to a group of high school students, thought I might be interested, and put us in touch. My four-door Chevy pickup was a mobile office, cameras, lighting, and recording gear in the back seat, stands and reflectors in the covered bed, and empty paper coffee cups strewn across the passenger seat floor. I was alone and felt the weight of the 1,500 miles I'd already driven for this trip. I'd stayed with the friend of a friend in Brooklyn the night before. I met him briefly at the cafe where he worked, and he offered a key to his flat with instructions for which bedroom to use. I was asleep before he returned home that evening, and he had left again before I woke. In the shower that morning, I noticed a shampoo bottle for controlling head lice and wondered if I had made a huge tactical error in my effort to be frugal. Traffic had been lighter than expected going through Manhattan, so I pulled into a convenience store parking lot, set an alarm, reclined my seat, and closed my eyes until it was time to drive the remaining few blocks to Hashim's house. I rang the bell of the two-story duplex, knowing it might be a long wait. In our email exchange leading up to that day, Hashim told me he used a wheelchair. He could get around with crutches as well, but it was a slow process to navigate from his second-floor apartment down the stairs and to the entry. Hashim unlocked the door. A young black man, he wore a crisp white button-down shirt, gray dress pants, and freshly polished black shoes. His long, tight dreads were tied in a knot behind his head. He shifted his weight onto his left crutch, leaned the other against the doorframe, and shook my hand. Hashim invited me in and asked me to climb the stairs ahead of him. "It takes me a while," he said. "Just make yourself comfortable." The dining room was flooded with natural light. A large wooden table was pushed up against a window, and we decided to do the interview there, with Hashim seated on the long side of the table, facing the window, while I settled on the adjacent short side, with the window to my left. After a few minutes of small talk, I explained my interview process and asked if he was ready to begin. Hashim said yes. "If I didn't know anything about you, what would you want me to know?" I asked. "I am a father of 2 small children," Hashim replied. "I am a husband. I go into schools and educate students on the importance of using forgiveness as a tool to resolve conflicts." "Tell me more." Hashim Garrett grew up in Brooklyn, New York. As a young boy, he changed schools and was frequently picked on and bullied. Eventually, it occurred to him that he could possibly avoid the torment if he befriended his tormentors, and for a little while that worked. But then things turned. "It wasn't just like one day I became this terrible kid," he said. "It was a slow process. 6th grade, cutting school a little bit, 7th grade, cutting school and smoking, 8th grade, jumping people, 9th grade, getting arrested. By the time I was 15, I was carrying guns." Hashim found himself in a gang, but even that was better than the alternative. It was a place to belong. He told me there was something powerful about having others fear him for a change. He said that when he was good, nobody noticed him. But when he was bad, everybody knew his name. There was glory in being tough, but it all caught up with him. At 15, Hashim was in conflict with